Audi has replaced the R8 with this. What on earth are car makers trying to do to us?
This is the brand new Audi R8 replacement, but it isn't what you think. It's faster, rarer, more expensive and more exclusive than a Lamborghini. And it could be the best car Audi has ever made, or the most disappointing. We'll find out. It's called the Nuvolari. It has over 1000 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds and can hit 217 miles an hour. But it's not just about the numbers, because this is the most unusual looking Audi I've seen in years. From the side, it's like someone fed the original R8 through a Minecraft filter and added gigantic alloy wheels. Seriously, are they rationing curves over at Audi's design studio or something? But from other angles, it looks worryingly like a stretched Tesla Cybercab, or something like Will Smith would drive if they gave iRobot an AI generated remake for 2026. But none of this should come as a surprise, because Audi basically confirmed this car's design when it unveiled the Concept C last year. Both cars have the silhouette of an Apple mouse and the colour palette of a new build bathroom. But the thing that stands out most is the upright grille. It seems completely out of place on a wide ground hugging supercar, like watching a portrait video on a widescreen TV. However, there's a reason for this. It's been inspired by the original Silver Arrows race cars from the 1930s, one of which was raced by the Italian driver Audi Nuvolari, which is where the car gets its very un-German name. That's all a bit Antiques Roadshow, isn't it? But it's a good thing you don't have to be an automotive historian to guess where the rest of this car got its inspiration from. The massive black intake behind the doors, they're obviously a reference to the original R8's iconic side blades. And the vast black diffuser, matching hollowed out bodywork and gigantic central exhaust all look like they belong on a Murcielago SV. Interestingly, that's not the only thing about this car that seems more raging bull than 4 rings, because if you peel away the bodywork, you'll find this car is basically a Lamborghini Temerario underneath. This means the iconic naturally aspirated V10 in the old R8 has finally been put to pasture. In its place, you get the twin-turbo 4-litre hybrid V8 and dual motors on the front axle like you get in the Temerario, and they're all connected to a 7.3 kilowatt-hour battery between the seats, exactly where the old R8 prop shaft used to go. However, the Nuvolari gets a few important and unexpected differences compared with Lambo's baby supercar. The outgoing R8 was basically a hurricane that ditched the prom dress and put on a pantsuit, and it had less power to make sure it wouldn't upstage its Italian cousin, but not anymore. Sure, the Nuvolari's V8 develops the same 800 horsepower and equally bonkers 10,000 RPM as the Lambo's engine, and the 3 electric motors are basically the same. But somehow, Audi has managed to coax an extra 81 horsepower out of the car's combined total. This means the Nuvolari has 1001 horsepower compared to the Temerario's 920 horsepower. As a result, it'll go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 2.6 seconds, which is half a second quicker than the old R8 performance. It's also 1/10 of a second quicker than the Lamborghini Temerario, and only 1/10 of a second behind Lambo's flagship, the Revuelto. However, when I raced those two Lambos over a standing quarter mile, here's what happened. Turns out the Revuelto isn't actually faster than the Temerario. Anyway, based on both these stats, I bet the new Audi will turn out to be quicker than both Lamborghinis. That would mean this Audi is quicker in a drag race than any Lamborghini ever made. Talk about a turn up for the books. Because this Nuvolari is significantly more exclusive than your average supercar. Lamborghini will continue to sell the Revuelto for as long as there are customers and emissions regulations allow. But Audi has taken a different approach. Only 499 of these Nuvolaris will ever be made. That makes it rarer than a LaFerrari. However, this scarcity comes at a price. This is by far the most expensive new Audi on sale. When orders open soon, it'll cost around £500,000. That's about £50,000 more than the starting price on a Lamborghini Revuelto. It's double what a Temerario costs and 3 times more than a basic R8 cost when it was last on sale in 2024. So why would anyone pay that much for what seems like a reskinned Temerario? Well, besides the unusual styling and the extra 80 horsepower, Audi has gone completely rogue with the interior. And I don't just mean the fact they copied Polestar's genius idea of not having a rear window. If it wasn't for the Audi badge on the steering wheel, I bet you'd never guess which brand designed this cabin. Some of it is good. The metal door handles and paddle shifters look great, and I bet they feel wonderful, but the massive centre screen doesn't scream supercar. If anything, it shouts Volvo SUV. Now don't get me wrong, it's a nice looking interior, but does it look like it belongs in a car that costs £500,000? I don't think so. So where does your money actually go? Well, it's difficult to see in this silver painted car, but the entire body is made from carbon fibre, which is an Audi first. You'd expect it would make this new car significantly lighter than the Temerario, which uses a blend of carbon and aluminium, but that's not actually the case. Audi claims this new car weighs less than 1,750 kilograms dry, whereas the Temerario's dry weight is just 1,690 kilograms. Now, dry weights are a bit confusing. The reality is, with fluids, this Audi's curb weight will probably be almost 1.9 tons, which is a lot for a supercar. However, to make sure the Nuvolari can handle all its weight, the team drafted in Gabriele Bortoletto from Audi's fledgling Formula 1 squad to help set up the chassis. Apparently, he likes his cars to be as tail-happy as possible, which bodes well. One of the biggest changes they made was to the suspension. The Lamborghini's adaptive setup with electromagnetic adjustment is gone, replaced by a fully mechanical system. Audi also overhauled the geometry to make the track width even wider, and it fitted larger ceramic brakes than you get in the Lamborghini. The discs measure a whopping 420mm at the front and 410mm at the rear. So will this completely transform the way this car drives? Probably not, but actually this doesn't matter. Unlike the original R8, the Nuvolari hasn't been designed to make mid-engine supercars more accessible. It's a halo product designed to compete with Ferrari, McLaren and Lamborghini, not just the Porsche 911. No one is going to be driving it on their morning commute, and no one is going to be dreaming of buying a used one in a decade's time for the same price as a family SUV. I bet almost every one of the 499 cars will be treated as an investment and barely driven. Still, I guess that if all the cars are locked up in some climate controlled garage, they won't be offending any old R8 fans, will they? I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. If you think this car's looks are controversial, they aren't anything compared to Ferrari's new electric car, the Luce, and you can see exactly what I mean by clicking on my video about that car. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I'll be driving this new Audi as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.